You know when you make bad decisions and poor life choices?
Yeah.
No matter how far off the beaten path you go, sometimes you need to hear it from a friend. Well, Neymar has got some advice from Dani Alves.
Oh, I thought you were talking to me for a minute there.
Yeah, he's told him to basically grow up. This is what he said on Neymar earning respect. Dani Alves says, Neymar is a very sensitive person. He's affected by many things, and at times, many of those are unjust. He has the sensibility of a child. But Ney is not a child, no. He's a man.
Honestly, I felt this was all about me.
All's well in the world.
I was ultra sensitive. But listen, to be honest, Dani Alves has a point, and he's absolutely right. And as much as you want to say, well, Neymar has the excuse, or we'd all like to kind of have a childish attitude, given the kind of money that he's earning. You know, 3 million a month or something?
Or 500,000 a week?
It's ridiculous. But you have to say at the same time, as much as how much you earn does not make you less human or less prone to criticism, he's brought this on himself. And the truth is, Neymar, there are very few players in the game today as naturally gifted as Neymar. Naturally gifted, I can probably count 2. Lionel Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo. And he left Brazil at a young age to go to the Camp Nou, and I think was seen as the heir apparent to Lionel Messi. I think Lionel Messi was getting ready to hand over the keys to Neymar. But he felt that he needed to be out of Lionel Messi's shadow, and therefore forces through this move to Paris Saint-Germain. And has found himself, has made himself into this big, rather expensive, childish attitude of a player. And now he's where he wanted to be, in the shadow of Kylian Mbappe, who has taken, who at a young age himself as a teenager, moved to the bright lights of Paris, was almost played second fiddle for a bit, learned his trade, grew as a player, grew as an individual, and now embraces the status that comes with those talents. Neymar never gave himself those options. He never gave himself the time to grow as an individual, to understand what it meant to be a star player at a big club. And as a result, he's found himself, he's brought this criticism on himself. So I don't sympathize with the criticism that has been aimed his way. I don't sympathize with his inability to deal with that criticism. Again, money and how much you earn is not an excuse. But if you put yourself in this position, if this is what you ask for, and you somehow get what you ask for and can't deal with it, I'm sorry. That's on no one but you.
All of that is valid. And I guess the only argument you could make against it is that different personalities, however flawed they are, require to hear it in a certain way. They require the advice to come. Anyway, he should have been better advised before he even left Brazil.
Absolutely.
But at the same time, he's made the mistakes. At this point, hearing it in a certain way or couching it in certain terms, do you think that this from Dani Alves is going to help or hinder?
I hope so. I hope it helps. Again, because I stand by there are very few players as talented as Neymar in the game today. But as we all know, talent doesn't always make all the difference. Those two played together in Brazil national team, played together in Barcelona. Dani Alves moves to Paris Saint-Germain, not to be the guardian of Neymar, or not exclusively to be that. Listen, Dani Alves at the time, I would have had in my team regardless. So Paris get a very good player, but also get somebody who's been there, seen it, done it, and can advise Neymar. And you believe Neymar would know and respect. And yet you still see the same antics and the theatrics. Now you're seeing a little bit, he's not delivered on his promise. And now hopefully, I don't think there's anybody better positioned, given all that I mentioned, to advise Neymar. I wish he did it a couple of years ago. But hopefully, the criticism or the advice from Dani Alves hits home. Because I think Neymar, more than anybody else, needs it just as an individual. I think the game needs talents like him to be at their best. That's why we watch.
Yep, it's a clear indication, though, that mentally it's not quite right at the moment. Neymar has a lot of work to do, of course, with the injuries that he's been accumulating, and with PSG, that side that's supposedly been built around him, he now needs to prove that he's up to carrying them. We'll see what the rest of the season has in store as he aims to battle back to full fitness.
Well, thank you very much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming, premium content, and let's not forget as well, ESPN FC 7 days a week. Subscribe to ESPN Plus.